Okay, today we're talking about air handling units. So an air handling unit usually sits on the exterior of the building or up on the roof, and it provides filtered fresh air into the building. Sometimes an air handling unit may have a gas heater or maybe a chilled water coil. This one you can see has pleated intake air filters, and in red is the gas train. That's your gas burner assembly. See the control panel there? This is a double blower wheel assembly controlled by a single motor, belt driven. There's a better internal view. This is a cutaway view, obviously. So you're going to draw fresh air in from outside through the louvered entrance here, through those filters. In the wintertime, you'll heat up that air, and then the blower will blow it into the building space. There's basically two different types of air handling units. There's pass-through units like this one, and then a mixed air type that I'll show you here in a minute. But a pass-through unit, it pulls fresh air in from outside directly into the building. There's no mixing of the air streams. If you're finding this information helpful, please consider subscribing. It helps the channel move up in the YouTube algorithm. So here's a mixed air type air handling unit. You can see you have your fresh air intake, but you also have a return coming back from the building. And there'll be a damper in there that controls that ratio of how much fresh air mixes with the return air. And here's your control panel. And again, that air will go through your filters before going back into the building.
Wow.
So I hope that makes sense, the difference between a pass-through air handling unit and a mixed or mixing air type air handling unit. Now let's talk about maintenance. Safety first. Be sure to turn the power off, practice lockout, tagout, and wear proper PPE like safety glasses, etc. So this will be a high-level overview of sort of the generalized maintenance tasks that need to be performed on an air handling unit, sometimes referred to as an AHU. You want to change the air filters, ideally every 3 months, depending on the type and size of air filters, maybe more often, maybe less often. Inspect the belt tension. You don't want the belts to be too floppy or loose. You also don't want them too tight because that could prematurely wear out your bearings and your motor. And replace the belts as needed. So if they're cracked or visibly worn, grease the motor and blower wheel shaft bearings if applicable, like in this case. Or if you have a direct drive, then obviously that wouldn't apply. Inspect the motor blower wheel shaft bearings for deficiencies. Are the bearings loose? And is there a lot of shaft play? Are the bearings really tight and gritty and grinding or making a squealing noise? Want to inspect the entire unit for loose, broken, or missing fasteners, broken welds, cracked welds. Inspect the wiring for breaks, abrasions, burn marks, and observe the AHU for proper operation. Is it actually working properly? Does it turn on when it's supposed to, turn off when it's supposed to? If you have a gas train for heating, is that working properly? Inspect for cracks on your gas train, especially on your burners. And the burner orifices a lot of times need to be cleaned out. Clean the interior as needed. Check for water intrusion because this sits outside. So the roof of the AHU, if it fails, you're going to get water inside the AHU. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, and thanks for watching.